Welcome to the opening night of the second weekend of 1 O'Clock in the House. Thank you. We're glad you're here. I want to remind you, please turn your phones off all the way, not just off, but like you're getting on a plane, okay? So it doesn't vibrate and sound like a small power tool outside. Also, no flash photography, unless you want to. You can use flash photography if it is a curtain call. The bathrooms are located in the foyer of the media center. That is the media center for those of you that are new. That is all the way at the end of the green wall and hanging right across the grass. It is the building with all the glass doors. Okay. Bake sale. Bake sale. That's why a lot of you are here. I know. The Commission Club's having a bake sale outside with some really, really yummy goods out there. We tried them and they're really good. But there's a few things left over, so just rush right out there. If it's your first time in the playhouse seeing a play, please no talking during the show. You can talk all you want during blackouts. That's fine. And I do want to thank some people that are here that are helping running the show that you're not going to see a lot. I know it means a lot to them. Those are my assistant directors up on lights and sound. That's Victoria Kennedy on lights, and Alfredo on sound. And Brian Moran is our stage manager. Let's hear for Brian. Thank you. Thank you guys. We're glad you're here tonight. Enjoy the show. Thank you. Go, Alfredo.
He's dead!
Would it be something else? What is this expression?
What expression would you like him to wear? Happy? Sad? Constipated? Let me know and I'll have a word with the Undertaker. He just looked dead.
He could have been something different.
Well, I suppose he looks sort of relieved.
He can't look relieved. When the others ask, I can hardly say relieved.
Why not? He probably was.
Perhaps it's best if the other girls don't see him.
They might want a last look.
Well, I don't. I'd rather remember him the way he was.
Senile?
The trouble with you is that you've got no feelings.
I've been numbed over the years.
Are your families the same? Hearts like granite.
At least they're honest. They won't put on a show for anyone.
Well, I can't even get over the death of my own father.
Don't misunderstand me. I'd be quite touched to see you show some genuine emotion. You're just not capable of it.
You say some terrible things.
You never thought much of him when he was alive, and everyone knew it. Why bother and try to change their minds now?
I suppose you'd rather have me not shed a tear.
Better that than glycerine.
Oh, I give up trying to get through to you.
Tudor's come to see you, Miriam.
Oh, no, not Tudor. I don't want to see him. Tell him I'm not here. Tell him I'm... Oh, hello, Tudor. How are you?
Cut to all of my condolences I had. I knew he had been bad. This still comes as a shock to me. See, didn't it?
Sit down.
How are the rest of the girls?
Well, Maureen was awful when they told her. And Margaret was upset, I suppose. Although she still went to Tesco shopping.
Well, they've got to eat.
You know, I hope nothing happens to me on Tuesday. Because if it did, you'd still go to your ballroom dancing.
And how did Mavis take it?
She hasn't been told yet.
Oh, I bet she'll be awful.
Well, thanks for coming, Tudor. I'll tell the girls you've called.
I'm not going yet.
Oh, sorry. I couldn't stay long.
No. I was going to bring Ayril over because she's having a bit of trouble with her coil.
Pardon?
Her coil. She's convinced it's a dynamo, but I've told her it's the coil I have. Well, either that or she needs a complete reborn. She's taking the car straight up to the garage. She'll be coming to the funeral, though. She won't miss that for anything, big end or no. What time is the funeral?
Oh, well, it hasn't been decided yet.
Aye, that's too early, of course.
Tea, Miriam?
No, thank you.
2 sugars for me and lots of milk. Now, I don't want to speak ill of the dead Miriam, but he had been bad for quite some time, mind. And I know it's important to say, don't get upset, because I mean you will anyways. And I can say that without fear of contradiction, because I remember when my father died. And he was no spring chicken now, was he? 73, 74? And we've all got to go through it sometimes, so my father was a blessing in the end, because he was a bit incontinent.
My father was that as well.
Aye, but they were brothers after all.
Will you take carnation, Tudor?
Break chrysanthemums.
Milk, I'm on about carnation milk.
Oh, aye, yes, anything will do. So, there will be flowers, will there?
Well, I don't know. I expect so.
It was only at my mother's funeral there were no flowers, and I sent a big bouquet and everyone thought I was an idiot for not knowing. And at Uncle Eddie's funeral there were flowers and no one would speak to me because I didn't send any. So ever since then I like to get things as straight as possible. So there will be no flowers.
I said I expect so. I'll let you know.
I'm a town.
I'll give you a ring.
I don't have a phone.
Then I'll have Austin come down and see you.
Well, if I'm not there or he can't get an answer, tell him to write it down on a little piece of paper and slip it under the door.
Isn't Ayril back from the garage yet?
I don't know. Do you want me to go fetch her for you?
No. It's just that I thought you'd be getting back to her, that's all.
She'll be coming to see you before the funeral, if it's only to see Mavis.
Mavis isn't coming here. Margaret's having her.
Oh, I bet she'll be disappointed.
She'll be livid.
And how will Margaret feel?
Livid.
Mavis came here last time, didn't she?
I had her, yes.
And how long ago was that?
When did I have my nervous breakdown?
Oh, 15 years ago.
And then it was 15 years ago then.
So she hasn't been after that time.
She broke out 18 months ago. Only got as far as the main gate, doubled back, forgot where she was going.
So there's no possibility of her coming out for good.
I suppose she could come out tomorrow if someone were to have her.
That's what I mean. There's no possibility of her coming out for good. Can't you girls, you sisters, get together and sort something out?
Austin, hurry up with Tudor's tea!
Here you are.
Thank you very much. Miriam was just talking about Mavis, Austin.
Oh, yes.
It must be awful to spend all those years in a place like that.
She's happy enough.
But the thing is, Miriam, if you haven't seen her for 15 years, then how do you know?
Maureen went to see her a couple of weeks ago.
Did she? How's she getting on?
Lovely. Tea too hot for you? Perhaps more carnation. Austin, use the one from the fridge.
Nasty day. Glad I put my wellies on.
Oh, it's raining so bad, Tudor. Perhaps it would have been a good idea if you stayed in the house altogether.
I had to pay my respects.
You could have sent a card, I would have understood.
Well, that's not the same, though, is it? And the thing is, Miriam, the thing is, just between you and me, it'll take a lot more than a drop of rain to keep me in. Would you like us to help you?
Who?
Me and Ayril.
When?
On the day of the...
No, I think we'll be alright.
Well, what about the food then?
We'll be able to manage.
Ayril makes some very good old sandwiches and I make a marvelous almond cake.
I said we'll be alright.
Well, if you run short of anything or need a hand, just give one of us a shout and one of us will come over.
Going?
I better make my move.
Oh, and you've only just come.
Nibble with Maureen. Offer my
Condolences?
Yes.
Well, I don't think she's there, Tudor. She went to the hospital for some business, identify the body and so on. Why don't you go over to Margaret's? I'm sure she'd love to see you.
But the thing is, I never thought Margaret ever really liked me.
Nonsense, Tudor. She thinks the world of you.
Does she?
It was only yesterday she was asking about you.
Well, I'm over there then.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's plenty of fresh milk.
I'll see you there.
Yes. Austin will let you know the day of the funeral.
Oh, I'll see you before then when I bring Ayril over.
Oh, right. Let me know when you're in. I'd hate to miss you both.
Shall we make it Tuesday?
Perfect. What time?
2 o'clock?
Austin, you'll see Tudor out, won't you? I don't feel up to it.
Oh, I understand. I know exactly
Where are my pills? I want to take them. I want to take them all.
Tudor's all right.
He's not your relative.
True, and it isn't as though you're short a couple of Tudors now, is it? I reckon your grandmother and grandfather must have been brother or sister or something. There's definitely something wrong in the strain somewhere.
You've got no right to criticize my family. Just take a look at your own.
No one has seen snow on my side.
You're forgetting about Mansel.
He's not family.
You go as cousins.
My grandmother reared him up is all.
I don't know about seeing snow. I reckon he was born in a blizzard.
He only suffers with his nerves.
I suffer with my nerves.
And I just suffer.
The difference between nerves and Mansel. If anyone ought to be put away, it's him.
You can't put someone away just because he pulls a shopping cart around everywhere with him.
I know. It's the fact that he pulls a rover I'm on about.
He's lonely. He had a dog and it died. That's what it's all about.
I suppose he still has it, the cart.
As far as I know.
I wonder what he keeps in it.
It's rumored it's his life savings.
I reckon it's about 20 cans of pedigree dog food.
He's never done anyone harm.
Neither has Mavis.
Come off it! Why do you think she is where she is? They don't call her Lizzie Borden for nothing.
No, they don't. Mavis never hurt a fly.
No, she just eats them. I'm telling you, I wouldn't like to be left in the same room as her.
She's never been violent.
What about your 18th birthday?
Oh, she had a turn, that's all.
A turn? She nearly killed me, and all I did was sit in her chair.
It was a long time ago.
We've still got the chair, still got Mavis, and I've still got the scar.
No doubt I'll be the one allocated to break the news to Mavis.
I don't see why. It isn't as though you're renowned for your subtlety and tact.
Well, Margaret won't want to do it, that's for sure.
Maureen will do it if you ask her to.
Maureen will be far too upset for that. No, it looks as if this is going to be another little job for Miriam.
I don't see why you should be upset, especially if everything does go to you.
What do you mean if? You've read the letter, seen it for yourself.
But something about it doesn't smell right.
What do you mean?
Well, for a start, I think it's very odd you have it all. Think about it. Think about your relationship with him over the years. If the shoe were on the other foot, would you have left it all to him? He's been up to something. Take it from me. It wouldn't surprise me if he's left it to some cat's home, or some vagrant he met last year. It'd be just like him to do something odd like that.
Oh, I told you before, Austin. Apart from Tudor and Mavis, there is nothing at all wrong with my family. We've come to father's business, the house, etc. Well, I'm afraid I'm going to have to intervene here. As you know, father and I had a very special relationship towards the end.
Yes, that's right. You talked and he listened. What a way to go!
He spent an hour confiding in me, telling me about he felt about things and people. Oh yes, it's true, we never saw eye to eye, but it was a great comfort for him to know that he was finally forgiven.
Who forgave him?
I did.
For what?
For the way he treated me in my youth, for all the harsh words he's spoken to me over the years. Oh yes, it was a very difficult thing for me to do. But forgiveness hasn't gone unrewarded. He left me this.
Is that all? He left me the house.
What house?
His house.
He can't have. He's left that to me.
Don't
that house
be
is mine.
silly,
It's already
Maureen.
piss
Oh,
off.
piss
Wait a minute. Might have told you lots of things, but in here it says everything goes to me. I've got one of those letters too.
So have I.
And it says everything goes to me. And mine does.
Mine too.
The date. Who has the latest letter? Well, mine's dated the 15th of September.
Well, the 15th, yes, same here.
Ah, well, mine is dated the 15th of September. Oh, the little bugger. Well, I don't care what's written in here. He told me weeks ago that everything was to go to me.
He told me I'm to have it all this afternoon.
Oh, why did he do it?
I'll tell you why. Because he's nothing but a sadistic, senile old son. That's why.
Hey, don't you speak about my father like that.
Oh, sit down, Maureen, for goodness sake.
I'm serious. Say one word like that about my father again, impregnant or no, I'll come over there and I'll bop you one. Oh, calm down, Maureen. For goodness sakes, calm down. Well, you better tell her to shut her mouth before I shut it for her.
He'd never been a father to me.
Well, if you'd been a tidy daughter, he might have stood a chance.
I don't know why you're laughing, Maureen. He wasn't your father anyway.
Margaret!
About time she knows the truth. Tell her the real story, Miriam.
What story?
Our mother had you by someone else. How else do you think we're only 11 months apart? Our father was never slow off the mark, but he was never that quick.
If anyone was dropped off the wrong doorstep, it was you. Oh, no one's ever treated you different except Margaret. She treated us both as if her, and now wasn't the time.
I couldn't help it. I was furious, and the next thing I knew, it was out of my mouth.
Oh yes, that's always been your trouble.
At least people know where they are with me. They don't like me. It's because I'm too honest.
Hello all. I can see you're both very upset. I won't stop. It was only after leaving Margaret this afternoon I couldn't help but think about what she had said.
What did I say?
I knew it would be easy for you not liking driving that much, and you not having a car, and Ayril and I just got ours back from the garage. So I said to Ayril, let's go get her for them. Bring her in, Ayril.
Oh my God, it's Mavis!
Well, I don't know who you are, but a Merry Christmas to you all!
Ayril, that's all I need.
Hello.
April. Oh, so nice to see you. I'm sorry I don't have any hot tea. We're digging a gas main at the end of the street, so our stove's off.
Funny, I didn't see any workmen about.
Which way did you come?
The top way.
Top way. Yes, well, they were at the bottom end. Hello, my name's Mavis.
Hello, love.
Who are you then?
Tudor.
And who's this?
Don't you remember Ayril?
Of course I do. Sit down, Sandra. Oh, I'd better introduce you all. This one's Jean.
Jean.
Jean. And that's Arthur.
Arthur.
Arthur. And this is the new one, Dorothy.
Dorothy.
Dorothy. Only came in this morning. Attempted suicide. Pills. Here you are. Look. Keep them safe for her. Austin, why don't you take Mavis to the next room? Try some television, University Challenge or Jeopardy.
I'm not going in there on my own.
Josie will go with you. I was just going out. You can go later. Come on, Mavis, go with Dr. Davis and the nurse. Am I going to have an internal? No, you're going to get your eyes tested. She's hard work, but she is my sister.
Of course, yes, exactly.
Exactly.
Oh, come about the arrangements I have. Austin never came around like you said she would.
Didn't he? Oh, I told him to let you know.
Must have a lot on his mind, I expect. With everything.
Everything. Yes, well, the service is today. It's from here, and it's at 1 o'clock.
Oh, what about the food?
What about it?
Will it take place here as well as it going to be at someone else's?
Elsa's? No, that's going to be here as well. We were going to have it at my father's, but I thought better of it. What's the matter? Go on, tell her.
Well, it's about Mavis. We were talking about it the other night.
Night?
Weren't we?
Yes.
Yes, and we thought perhaps under the circumstances, Mavis would like to stay with us instead of going back to that other place.
Other
You
place.
think she'd like that? We've got a spare room.
You've been talking to Maureen, haven't you?
Maureen? No, we haven't seen her.
You haven't seen her this morning?
We haven't been out until now.
No. Well, it's very kind of you both to offer, but there isn't going to need to be any need, really.
Oh, but we like to.
I know how you both feel about sending her back to that place, and Austin and I have a similar opinion. That's why we decided to keep her here.
So she stayed with you then?
We thought it best.
Oh, well, I think that's marvelous.
Well, keep your offer in mind, and if you'd like to see her from time to time, I'm sure we can arrange something.
I'm glad you were able to sort something out. I was saying to Ayril,
You were saying yes.
I didn't like the thought of Mavis going back to that other place all on her own.
Oh, well, she wasn't short of friends from what I gather, especially of the male gender.
Well, that's all Mavis. She's always been one for the boys. When she was younger, of course. An attractive little thing she was, too.
Attractive, yes.
Mavis wants you both in the front room.
Us?
Yes, well, she's asking for Beyonce and Jay-Z, so I
I want to thank you for what you're doing for our Mavis. Not many brothers-in-law can put themselves out like that. I appreciate that. Well, I've been able, that's how I'll keep on waiting.
What's he on about? What am I doing for Mavis?
You going to give her a help?
No, I'm not.
This is my house as well as yours.
You can have it all if she moves in here with us. I'll be moving out.
Let me explain.
Nothing you say will make me change my mind.
We found another letter. It's genuine, witness date to the lot. In it says the house and all its contents goes to the sister who gives Mavis a home for the rest of her days. If Mavis were to come here, the house could be ours, or it's got to be worth £1 million.
£1 million isn't enough to move in with Mavis. What's the point in having all that money if we're crazy?
We're not crazy. Mavis is.
A month with Mavis and there'll be nothing to choose between any of us.
Tudor and Ayril have offered to have her.
There you are then. That's your way out of it.
You must be joking.
I'm not lining their pockets with the proceeds of my father's house.
Believe me, Miriam, if they're prepared to take on Mavis for £1 million, we're having a bargain.
What I plan to do is this. We'll have Mavis here long enough to sell the house and so on, and then we'll get Tudor and Ayril to have her. They've more or less agreed to anyway.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Trust me.
What about Maureen and Margaret?
Well, Maureen won't be able to have her even if she'd like to. And it's out of question as far as Margaret's concerned.
Wherever money's involved, Margaret is never out of the question.
What's all this about a will? Who let you in?
Josie, I gather you found an official paper?
Who told you?
Maureen, I went to see her. I thought it best. I thought I ought to put things right.
Well, it's a good idea. You know she wasn't going to come to the funeral.
Yes, she said, however. Well, may I see it? The will?
Of course.
I'll leave you two at it.
Did Maureen tell you what's in it?
She told me Mavis goes with the house, if that's what you mean.
Yes, well, that's all. There's not a lot of money, just enough to cover the funeral expenses.
So what happens now?
Well, I've discussed with Maureen the possibility of Mavis going there, but that's not at all practical, which I fully agree. So that only leaves you and me.
And what are the alternatives?
Well, the way I see it, she could go to you, or she could come to me or go back to the home.
And what would happen to the house if she did the latter?
Well, if you read in there, it says that if she were to go back to the home, the house will be sold and all its monies will be donated to the local animal shelter.
Animal shelter? He hated animals.
Apparently he hated us more.
I'll kill him.
Unfortunately, Mother Nature has beaten you to it. Although there is another alternative I forgot to mention. Tudor and Ayril have offered to have her.
Oh, they make me ill. They'll do anything for money. Well, that settles it then. I guess you'll have to come with me.
She can't do that.
Why not?
For the same reasons you couldn't have her for the funeral. No room and huge chest.
Well, I refuse to let Tudor, and whatever her name is, get rich on our part. And all that money going to the cats and dogs repulses me.
Well, Austin and I have decided to have her.
Have you now?
We thought it best under the circumstances.
I'm sure you did. And what does Mavis think about it all?
Oh, she's very excited. I've even told her she can have her own room.
And with the sale of Father's house, you can afford to build her an extension.
We thought we'd invest. The monthly income is going to be quite substantial.
I wonder if I were to see Mavis.
Oh, yes, go on in. She's with others.
No, I meant in private. I don't really want to go in there.
Can I ask why you want to see her?
I have a message to her from Father.
He hasn't come back.
He whispered it to me.
Don't tell me with his dying breath.
It's a very personal message he wished for me to convey to her.
Funny he should ask you.
Yes, well, I can only stay half an hour, so if you kindly get her, then I'll go.
Right.
I'll call you later, shall I, when I'm leaving? Hello, Mavis. Do you remember me? Shall we sit down? Aren't you going to join me? You're not shy, are you? You never used to be. You were always hanging around me when we were little.
Well, the service didn't go off too badly. Here, have something to eat.
Yes, grab one quick, Ayril, or there'll be nothing left.
There's plenty there.
Want one?
I'm starving, see, I'm feeding too.
You haven't taken them all, Maureen.
I only had 3.
That's over half.
Here, pass this over to her.
No, I don't want it now.
Are you being funny?
Not at all.
My hands are clean. I washed them when I got up this morning. Pass this over to her.
I don't want it, I said. Keep it for the next funeral.
Next one, yes. Makes you wonder who the next one will be, doesn't it?
Oh, it's not nice to think about. I wouldn't be at all surprised if it were you. He's not as young as he used to be, and his chest is definitely getting worse.
That's the thing about marrying an older man. Chances are he'll go before you.
I'm not too concerned. I've taken ample precautions. He's heavily insured.
Taking it all, are you?
I'm working on it.
And if your cue were to go first, like you said, that suit he's wearing today would fit our Des lovely.
Yes, you look so marvelous in his clothes. He looks after them so well. The one you're talking about is the exact one he got married in.
Really? Oh, and the color was perfect for the occasion.
2 times. It's been washed since he bought it. That's 16 years.
Well, he can hardly get it dirty if he wears it for weddings and funerals.
It was worth every penny he paid for it.
Oh, I can see our Des in that suit.
Well, he's not going to have it. If anything were to happen to you, he'd be buried in it.
Good idea, especially with the price of shrouds today.
How much does a good funeral cost these days?
About £5,000–6,000.
Oh, as much as that? It's going to get to the point soon where you can't afford to die. And I don't know what you're going to do about that, Maureen, because you can't get that from a Kmart catalogue.
Well, the state can bury me, or they can dump me at sea.
With all that nuclear waste?
I wasn't thinking that far out. Just off ferry docks will do.
And what if you came back in with the tide?
Then they can bury me in the sand. Let the crowds have me. It doesn't bother me.
I can see you're going to be a burden to the next taxpayer.
You're a taxpayer, aren't you?
Of course.
Well, that's all right then. I'm going to get something out of her.
Me and Tudor are going to leave our bodies to science.
Are you sure they'll want them?
A doctor said we made a specimen of.
Well, they might as well preserve the wellies too then. And what are they going to try and preserve of you?
Nothing. I did suggest they tried to preserve all of me, but they said it was impractical.
Why not? I would have thought it was the easiest thing to stick you on a shelf somewhere in a bucket full of brine. No, listen. I'm going to be dissected by 35 medical students.
Does the thought of all those young men looking at you put you off?
Not at all.
Are we forgetting what day it is?
It's Thursday.
It's the day of our father's funeral. Let's talk about something else.
I thought he looked so peaceful when I saw him earlier.
You should have seen him when I brought Mavis in there.
What happened? No one had said.
His expression changed. Mavis threw a fit.
She had a turn, that's all.
And you can hardly blame her. How did she know that she'd come home to a funeral?
You should have told her the Saturday when she arrived. Poor bugger thought she was going on a holiday. I think I ought to go have a look at her. I haven't seen her since she's been home. I think I'll nip up now.
No, Maureen, that won't be necessary. I went up earlier before the service. She's heavily sedated. I told the doctor to inject her with enough Valium to knock her out for the whole weekend.
She's sleeping then.
Like a baby.
And so that's Josie.
No, I'm in mourning.
Wow, this baby's kicking the hell out of me.
Perhaps it wants to come out.
No, I'm not due for another 2 weeks.
What are you hoping for?
I don't know. It'll probably look like Desmond, whatever it is.
She'd like another boy, really, wouldn't you?
If you were to have a little girl and name her Margaret, I could be persuaded to be a godparent.
Oh, you bugger off. One Margaret in our house is enough.
Who do you have by the name of Margaret living with you?
Ah, cat! What the hell is the matter with him?
Is he on his own, Miriam?
No, the others are coming.
Where's Margaret?
What's the matter with Mansel?
He'll be all right in a minute.
Here you are. Look, I brought it for you.
Get away!
Where are you going with that?
Just a couple of flagons, that's all.
Well, what's it for?
For us to have a drink. You know, who at the corpse end.
Desmond!
What? You would have wanted that. I'll just put him up here for now.
Did you want me, Austin?
Yes. Now, don't get frightened. There's been a bit of an accident.
Is it you?
I'm afraid so.
Hey, I bagged that suit first.
What's happened to him? Is he dead? What hospital have you taken him
Well,
to?
they haven't taken him to a hospital.
You've never left him in the cemetery.
He nearly did. No, he's in the hallway. He's afraid to come out.
What has he
Now,
done?
he couldn't help it. An accident it was after all.
Hugh! If I were you, I'd get in here bitch quick and start confessing! And you! What the hell have you done to your suit? It's ruined! Ruined! Go into the kitchen. This is all I need to do something like this. Don't try and tell me I don't want to know! You can stop by taking all those clothes off first!
What's been going on?
I was there, on solid. One moment he was standing next to me, and the other he was laying alongside his father-in-law. I had an idea they were close, but I did not know they were that thick. Someone said he slipped. Well, luckily I had my wellies on, because no one would venture down there to bring him back up. I tried to get the shoes dirty, of course, and I really put my shoes on, didn't I, Ayril? Only I thought better of it.
Of it, yes.
It was a new grave, see? 6 feet, a long way to fall.
He didn't break anything, did he?
Well, look, I found these in the mud. The plates cut clean in half.
But Hugh doesn't wear dentures.
Well, whose are they then?
They're mine, and I don't want them back. Lots of naked floating in a grave.
So that's what's wrong with him.
out my teeth, but then not doing what they like with my dog.
What's he on about? All right, come on, let's have it out. What? Hugh has just told me what happened, and according to his story, he didn't slip at all. He was pushed. Now I'll have you all know it is not my intention to leave here until I find out who did it. So come on, fess up. Who's the culprit?
It wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Was it you, Mansel?
Don't bother asking him, not like that.
I hate to break anything up, but does anyone got a bottle opener?
I'll get one, Des.
Hugh is very upset. This whole thing is taking 10 years off his life.
According to you, he didn't have 10 years left in him.
It was me. I did it, but it was his own fault. He took my dog off me.
Charlie, there was no room in the car. You made him put him in the trunk. And he had a tub because he couldn't go in there with him.
What I think is disgusting. From what I can see, your family's loopy on both ends.
Here you are, Des. By the way, I wouldn't advise any of you ladies to go into the kitchen. He was there with nothing on. He told me to tell you to hurry up. His feet are getting cold. Better get him my bathrobe, Miriam. Right then, glasses. They should be here somewhere.
Hard side it is. Does that suit everyone? Mansel? Tudor?
You can pour me a glass, I'm parched.
What will the ladies have?
I'll have a cider, I said.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the ladies.
Ayril will have a sherry.
Sherry, yes.
Hard cider for the men and sherry for the ladies.
You want a drop of cider, Mans? Oh, don't be like that. It's all over now. You got Rover back, didn't you?
But we go everywhere together. He finds awful if he can't come with me.
Put your hands down, I can't hear you. Now, what did you say?
I'll have a cider.
You? How did everything go off at the cemetery?
Great. Lovely service. The old man went down like a trooper.
Does he give his paw?
I'm training him now. He can beg, though. Watch. Go on. Beg for Dad. 1, 2, 3. Took hours of training.
You'd ought to keep your eye on it. He'll be lifting its leg up against the furniture next.
No, he won't. Anyway, he's house trained.
Oh, how's everything out there?
You know, I feel sorry for him. She's more concerned about the suit than she is about Hugh.
If I let my wife speak to me like that, she'd have the back of my
And
hand.
if my husband had planted me, he'd have a buggerback too.
Well, I'm the boss in our house, aren't I, Miriam?
You? Oh, yes, that's right.
Here you are. Let me pass these now.
Let's have a toast. I'll call the others. Margaret, will you be joining us? I can't at the moment. I'm busy. Toast him without me. What about Hugh? I'll send him in when he's ready.
To the old man!
Have I missed anything? Here's your drink.
I hope you'll say no to that drink they're handing round Hugh.
Sure you won't be joining us, Hugh? No, I never touched this stuff!
Are you feeling better now, Hugh?
Just about, I think.
Would you like to take a seat?
Oh, no, it's easy to breathe standing up.
I'm sure your suit will be all right after she's finished sponging it down.
Sponging it down, she's soaking it in the bloody sink!
No one has touched on Tudor's almond cake. Try a piece.
Oh, no thanks, I don't like almonds.
That's all right, because there's none in there anyway.
You have a piece.
Between you and me, I don't really like it.
I mean, I would have come after you in a minute. I just couldn't pull myself together. You have to admit, it was bloody funny. Funny? I didn't think it was very funny.
Even the minister laughed.
Now he surprised me. I didn't think he'd see the funny side of it.
Funny side of it, if you hadn't slapped him in the face, he would have been hysterical.
Still not sure I should have done that.
What else could you have done?
He's full of surprises, my idea for a minister. The last thing I expected was for him to slap me back.
Whose drink is that?
Mine.
And whose is that?
The minister's.
The minister isn't here.
Yes, he is. Isn't he?
Oh, yes, I think he's upstairs.
What's he doing up there?
Gone in to look on Mavis.
Hello, Mavis. How are you doing? Are you feeling better? not mean you.
You, I mean.
Good, you're doing all right then, I'm glad.
Are you sure? You're not looking very good. Do you want to have my key? You can go and have a lie down in my room if you'd like to.
No, it's fine. Don't bother.
Just as well, because I haven't got a key anyway. Take care of yourself. Doing too much you are, I expect. Hello! What are you doing up? You're supposed to be knocked out. Knocked out? You didn't tell me it was market day and all these people. What do you think of her as a warden? Warden? I don't like her myself. She pinched all my pills. Don't let her have any of yours.
I haven't got any pills.
Taken them all, have you? Well, see me after and I'll let you have some of mine. Excuse me.
What is she on about?
It's a long story.
Who is she anyway?
What do you mean?
Who is she with? Is Mansel courting?
Courting Mavis?
No, not Mavis.
Her. Well, that is Mavis.
What are you on about?
Mavis, our sister.
That's not Mavis. Our Mavis is nothing like that.
Tudor! But we haven't sorted out Mavis. We'll draw straws. We'll do no such thing. I'm going to have it my way for once. She's going to you, Margaret.
Oh, all right. Perhaps it's best to have her first. That way we won't have to have her for Christmas.
I don't want any funny business.
I don't suppose I know what you mean.
I mean taking the check with one hand and shaking hands with the other because you're leaving.
As if I would. Mind you, it is a thought.
No one is leaving until we sorted out Mavis.
We could go on holiday, surely.
Yes, you can go on holiday, but you have to take Mavis.
You and I plan to go to Istanbul. Can you imagine Mavis in Istanbul?
Of course I can, just as I can imagine her here with me on Christmas.
It's me, it is. All right, if I come in. Has she come yet then, Mavis?
Here I am.
That's you. I meant the one I should have fetched when I fetched you.
No, but she's due any time, so I appreciate it if you go out and out of harm's way.
Oh, don't be like that. A mistake it was after all. Trying to help out, I was.
How's Mansel, Tudor?
All right.
And the trolley?
Ah, you can make the very bark now.
I hope Hugh is behaving himself in there.
Oh, Hugh, he's a boy, isn't he? A dark horse there.
Dark horse.
Why don't you go now, Tudor, before you cause any more trouble?
Am I forgiven then?
Yes, all right.
You will tell me when she comes, won't you?
I sometimes wonder if this family put the right one away.
Hey, just to keep the record straight, this family didn't put Mavis away. You did.
I hardly had anything to do with it. In fact, as I remember, it was you, Miriam, who had the most to say.
You signed the papers.
I merely witnessed Father's signature. Besides, what does it matter who signed the damn thing? We all agreed it was for the best.
I didn't.
You're as much to blame as I am. If you had exercised a bit more control over Desmond's nocturnal habits, things would have turned out quite differently.
Hey, don't you call Desmond nocturnal. He may walk a bit funny, but that's because he's got a fallen arch. What are you two laughing at?
Nocturnal means in the night.
Well, what me and Desmond do in the night is no different from any other normal married couple.
I certainly don't indulge in that sort of thing.
Any other normal married couple, I say.
Did you put me away? No, I didn't. But thank God somebody did.
It was you, wasn't it?
Of course not. I'm not even your sister.
I am not going to go and live with her, and she can answer her own phone too. What have you been promising her?
I don't know. She's confused.
And I don't want to go up in an aeroplane anyway. You can see what she's done, can't you? Promised her the earth just to get to live with her.
I thought we were having her for 4 months each.
We are now, but Margaret asked to see Mavis on her own earlier. Tried to pull the wool over my eyes by telling me she had a personal message from Father. Oh, personal my foot. She just wanted the opportunity to get Mavis to see things her way. But did it do any good now, did it?
No, because you got in there first with your 2 pence worth.
Well, it's all water under the bridge now anyway, if we're splitting everything 3 ways.
I dread to think what you're going to do with your share.
Well, one thing's for sure. I won't spend a bloody penny of it in your shop.
She's here.
Miss Miriam Oliver,
Yes?
Sybil Braithwaite, Administrator, Fair Lawns.
How do you do?
I'll be brief. I imagine you're quite upset with the recent bereavement. Obviously, an explanation is required. May I speak freely?
Yes, we're all family. unfortunately.
Apparently, in the Ayril administration department, which had occurred some years ago when Mavis was first admitted, has caused an unfortunate situation. On the day that Mavis arrived at Fair Lawns, another Mavis was admitted the same morning. Mavis Brindley, Mavis Bradley. So you see, this whole situation was the result of an inexperienced clerk and a rather antiquated under a typewriter. Well, if it's any consolation, a similar situation occurred some years ago with the Ron Merry and the Don Berry. Well, as I always say, I am most dreadfully sorry for any inconvenience caused. Here is your correct sister.
Hello, Mavis.
I hope our other friend hasn't been too much of a problem.
I'm no problem.
I see she's all packed and ready, so I won't keep her. When can we expect our sister to be returned?
We've decided to keep her here.
I am pleased. Did you hear that, Mavis? You're going to have a new home. Live with all your sisters.
Hey, Maeve, I wouldn't live with them. They all seem a bit funny to me. Keep an eye on your handbag and don't let her take your pills off you.
Pills? They're in the suitcase.
Oh, she's not on the pill as well, is she?
No. They're antidepressants. Give us directed on the bottle. I had no idea you had decided to take Mavis on. There are release papers to be signed and so on, but I won't trouble you with all that now. I'll ring and arrange a visit sometime next week.
I haven't got to come back here, have I?
No.
That's all right then.
Haven't you enjoyed your stay?
No, I haven't. They're all bloody cuckoo here.
No, Mavis, don't use words like that.
All right, bloody crazy then.
Bring your case. I'll arrange a visit sometime next week.
Ta-ta! See? Cuckoo. Don't let them get you down, Maeve. That's the main thing. And if that one over there offers you a job serving in her shop, tell her you won't do it for under a fiver. Come on, let's go. I've had a bloody guts full of it here.
Well, I feel quite numb.
Hello, Mavis.
Come and sit by here, love.
You don't seem to be getting through to her, Maureen.
She feels a bit strange, I expect.
Perhaps she's shy.
No, she's not usually this quiet. Come on, love. Come and sit by Mo. There you go. It will probably take her a couple of days to come around.
Leave her as she is. I think I can manage her quite well like that.
Where is she?
What on earth have you? I thought I told you to. Why don't you go and...
Shut up!
I beg your pardon?
I told you, shut up!
You're drunk.
Yes, I've had a drink and now I'm ready to go home.
Oh, you'll go home when I tell you to.
Go on other days, Margaret, when you tell me what to do. I'm ready to go home now, so fetch your coat and get in the car. And I don't want no arguments. You do as I say now.
But I can't go now. Mavis has just arrived.
Well, you can come over and see you again.
She's not ready to come with me.
Come with you where?
She's going to stay with us for a couple months. It's an arrangement the girls and I put together.
Well, you can rearrange it, because no one's going to live in our home except me and you.
She has to come.
I'm not telling you again.
If she doesn't come, I'll lose that father's share of the house.
Then lose it. Lose it. You have more money than you need anyhow. Things are going to be different from here on, Margaret. There's going to be a new me. A new you. I'm going to the door. Follow me. You're going to have them 2 minutes. They don't bother to come at all. 2 minutes.
Well, what are you going to do now, Margaret?
I don't know. I've never seen him like that before.
It's about time he turned on you. You've drawn on him for years.
What's to happen with Mavis?
You heard him. She's not to come with me.
You know what that means then, don't you?
Yes. But the thing is, does he mean it?
I reckon you've got about another 90 seconds to find out.
This is all your fault.
Mine?
If you didn't have the better judgment not to marry a drunkard, none of this would have happened.
She's starting again, Miriam. You better warn her.
He not only drinks himself now, he inflicts it on other people.
I didn't hear Hugh refuse too strongly when Desmond offered him.
This isn't going to get us anywhere.
Stay out of it!
Don't tell me to stay out of it in my own home.
Hugh has never drunk before.
Well, if drinking's the reason for this sudden upper hand, it's a bloody pity he didn't start years ago.
Oh, I bet you're loving this, aren't you? You two seeing me done out of my share.
I am. I'm enjoying it, and I can't deny it.
I wouldn't be at all surprised if you planned this all along.
How can we get her out of it? Don't worry, leave it to me. I'll get Des to get him drunk. Load the bullet for him to fire.
Oh, you're a bad bugger, Margaret. Well, it's a good idea, and if I'd thought of it first, I would have done it. You take after me.
Margaret!
That's it. Your time is up. What's the matter?
It's the baby.
Better get Des. Go on, get him quick. Maureen, are you all right?
Don't crowd around her. Let her have some air.
No, I'm not having it there. Not above that scaffolding. Better take me straight to a hospital. Find my ambulance. Don't be silly. Go in the car with Tudor.
I'll pick up.
Tudor will take her. Yes, I think I'd rather wait for an ambulance. Oh, come on, you'll be there in 20 minutes in the car. It's Tudor you're talking about. I'd end up having this baby in the back of that Pinto. Come on, let's get you up. Fetch the car around, Tudor.
Outside the front door. Watch yourself. Oh, don't the baby come out.
She said she was feeling a bit strange earlier. Hello, Mavis. It's me, Miriam. Do you remember me?
I still think you're making a big mistake.
Oh, come on now. She's been here 10 minutes and we haven't had a peep out of her. If this is the way she's going to be, it's not a lot to put up with. Especially with what you think is coming to us. And it's more now. Margaret's handed in her lot.
Miriam!